Hey guys, I'm Tara. Welcome back to my channel. In today's video, we're going to talk about how to start your own self-healing journey. So I just want to say that this video is based more on my opinion on the best place to start and kind of what's worked for me. So just remember that everyone is on really their own individual journey and there's no like one set path toward self-healing. But this video is to kind of give you an idea on where to start. If you feel like you have no idea, then maybe this video would be helpful on just guiding you on your path. So I do have a very random side note. If you watched my video that I posted last week on gratitude and having a gratitude practice, I was talking a little bit about my relationship. And I said that Scott works 70 to 80 hours a week. But he watched the video and was very adamant that I correct myself, that actually he works 80 to 90 hours a week, and that before September he was working 70 to 80, but now it's been 80 to 90. So if you thought 70 to 80 was crazy, he actually works 80 to 90 hours a week. So hopefully that makes you happy, babe. Okay, and back to our self-healing journey. So I want you guys to remember that this self-healing path is a journey. So it's probably not going to be one straight line. You're probably going to have ups and downs along the way, and it may take longer than you would like, but that's okay. That's the part of the journey. So really the first step on this journey is committing yourself and committing to the journey. I feel like I'm saying journey a lot, but it's not to say like if you miss like one day or you miss a day here and there that's it now, you know, the whole thing's messed up. But really, the more you like really commit yourself and make it part of your routine, the better or faster or more you'll get out of this self-healing journey again. So in my opinion, the best thing to work on first is really working on trying to get yourself grounded. And let's try to define the word grounded. I feel like a lot of us know what it means, or we have a sense of what it means. So it's hard to define, but let's kind of try to give it a definition. To me, being grounded is being fully present in your life, feeling connected to yourself, but also being present in the outside world, and kind of just having this sense of balance in your life. And being grounded doesn't mean that you don't have stress in your life or things that, you know, kind of knock you off this feeling of being balanced, but it means that you kind of created this space that you can come back to when things get crazy. So instead of like maybe something that would make you crazy stressed out or really get you in a horrible state, normally maybe something like that happens and you feel yourself going that way, but because you've worked on grounding, you're able to kind of come back to this space that you created. So you kind of like build like your foundation. Sometimes I think when we're working on anything in life, whether it be like this working on self-healing or doing something at work, we try to do like too many things at once instead of like really focusing our attention on one thing. So then everything is getting just like a little bit of our attention, if that makes sense. And also, then we kind of like don't know what's working because we're doing so many different things. So an example that I like to use, so like I would have patients that would like come in to see me, so I'm a physical therapist, and they would be like, okay, like give me like every exercise that I could do at home to help my back pain, or do, you know, they want like so much stuff, but I'm like, okay, if I give you 10 different exercises to do at home, how am I going to know what is even helping you? Or if one does make things worse, like how am I going to know what makes things worse? Let's focus on one thing, you know, one or two things, give them that to try at home and then see where we go. So I kind of think that example relates. From a personal standpoint, on more of like the self-healing example, when I started like really focusing on my yoga practice, meditating, working on self-healing, I kind of feel like I started and I just wanted to do like everything at once, or like I would work on, you know, one thing one day, the next thing the next day, and like just keep moving through different things. Like an example is I personally like to work with the chakra system, which you don't really even need to know what that is or be into that, but basically you have 7 different chakras in your body, so they're like different energies and you can work with them in different ways. I would kind of like work on them all. Like I'd be like, okay, this day I'm working on my root chakra, now I'm doing my sacral chakra, let me move up and I'm, you know, working on my crown chakra. But I feel like I was like all over the place. So I'm still on my journey now, but I'm trying to like really give each one time, and I'm like working on it until I feel like I've really mastered, I guess that's the right word, mastered that level and really gotten what I need out of it instead of just jumping around. And so far it seems to be helping me on my path. And I feel like I'm the type of person, like I do just want to like jump forward and like do more or do other things, but I like have to bring myself back, which I guess is kind of like the grounding and be like, okay, no, I'm working on this now, let me give it the time it needs. So there are many different ways that we can work on helping ourselves be more grounded. One of the best ways is really getting out into nature. So nature kind of has a way of just naturally grounding us. I think when we start to spend time in nature, it helps us kind of feel connected and kind of see the connection in the world, and that connection helps us feel more grounded and helps kind of build our foundation. I think sometimes these days it's harder to be grounded or feel grounded because we're not out in nature as much as we may have been in the past. So some ideas are like just trying to get outside, going for a walk outside. I mean, for me, a lot of times I just like to take the dogs out in the back and then spend time outside. Whatever you like to do, and I know it's difficult in the winter months as well, but still even just trying to like appreciate nature around you. So I think it's like when you're out there trying to like really notice things and appreciate it and not just take it for granted. So I do have an example, which hopefully you guys are going to be like, this girl is really weird, but anyway. So this fall, I was really loving fall this year. It's kind of like my favorite season. My favorite season probably used to be summer, and now it's like moved into fall. But anyway, we had like so many leaves in the back, and I like really loved like when I would go out with the dogs, just like walking on the leaves and like hearing like the leaves crunching and just like feeling like that fall atmosphere. And that really kind of was like making me feel grounded and something that I really liked. And I was like, I feel like I've like never noticed this, like how it feels like walking on leaves before. Because like maybe because I'm not like, I wasn't living in a fully present mind. But yeah, that's an example I have. So something like that. Hopefully you guys are like, okay, I really don't think I'm going to be appreciating the walking on the leaves so much, but maybe something like seeing a beautiful flower outside or noticing the trees outside, things like that. So we don't have to be out in nature to be feeling grounded. Really, like nature is like a tool that we can use to feel grounded, but we want it to really come from like within us. So some other things that you can do are like meditation, yoga practice. Something I really like to do, which is not even like, you don't even have to be like meditating. I really love sitting on the floor and just inside. It like makes me feel more grounded, honestly. So you can kind of do that as well, like just like feel more connected to the earth than when you're sitting in a chair. So I use meditation a lot, but I know some people maybe are not so into meditation. I really do recommend that you try it. But I totally get it if you're not like someone who likes to meditate right now. Maybe you want to start with something else. And something I try to do throughout my day, which like really has helped me, is when you feel like you're starting to get lost in your head, which I'm sure that happens to a lot of us, just trying to like come back to the present moment and trying to like not let yourself get so lost in your thoughts. So try to come back to the present moment, notice your surroundings, and that kind of can help you get more grounded as well. So in the beginning of this video, I kept saying journey, and now I keep saying grounded. So I think with these kinds of things, this is all trying to cultivate a feeling of self-love. So I guess that's another part of really the first step to healing. But I think self-love probably takes more time or like is developed like along the way on your healing journey. So I still do think that working on being grounded and just building a foundation for you to come back to is really like the first step. So if you're watching this video, I would say that's already an amazing first step, because obviously you're wanting to work on a self-healing journey. So really just taking the step and admitting to yourself, okay, I really want to work on myself. I need to work on myself. I want to go on this self-healing, down this path. That's like an amazing first step already. Because sometimes it's hard to admit that we need work, even though mostly everyone in the world, probably everyone actually in the world, has something that they need to work on a personal level. It's still sometimes hard for us to admit. We all have something probably going on from our lives that requires us to really work on ourselves from like a deeper kind of level, whether we had suffered any type of abuse, we experienced trauma, we're experiencing chronic pain, if we have some mental health issues, whatever it is, everyone has something going on in their lives. So really just taking the, responsibility, I don't know if that's the word, or just like, responsibility that you're going to be in control and you want to take control and work on your healing. And that's not to say you can't have outside help at all. It's just admitting that you are going to do the work as well. Because no matter how much outside help we have, we still have to do the work. Just an example is if you, go to therapy and then you go home and just fall back into your old patterns, it's not going to help. Or like for me as a physical therapist standpoint, no matter what I do for patients, like manual work to help them feel better, if they just go home and don't listen to what I say, then they're going to be back in pain. Like you still have to take responsibility for yourself and, be willing to put the work in. So I hope this video helped kind of give you an idea on where you could start on your self-healing journey. If you like this video, please give it a thumbs up, and I would really appreciate if you guys would subscribe by hitting that subscribe button below. Otherwise, I will see you guys in my next video. Bye guys.